Hello YouTube, LD50 here, back with another video, and today we're going to take a look at my log cabin in the woods with a dark secret. So I've got a little story that goes with this build. In my headcanon, the Lone Wanderer is an undercover agent for the Enclave, performing dark ops. So this is intelligence gathering, interrogation, experimentation, all that sort of thing. And he's built a cabin in the woods here, and he's employed a certain ally who will, should we just charitably say, incapacitate the subjects so that they can be transported to the shelter where the interrogation and experimentation will be conducted. So we'll take a little wander in. First off, this is the area that we've built in. So we're up in the northwest, just below the crosshair and just above Clancy Manor, on a little outcropping. Nice little flat area to build on. And so we've come into this area with the outdoor bar and seating area. There's a vendor here for anybody that visits the camp. And then we've got an outdoor seating area covered with the gazebo build set. So I've got our butterfly farm there with a light glitched into the top, and some seating. And then we have Beckett. So Beckett is the enabler, shall we say. He is the person that incapacitates the subjects on behalf of the Lone Wanderer. He makes his own booze here, and he serves them booze. The Lone Wanderer brings them back to the cabin with the promise of, free booze and some food. And then Beckett gets them drunk and then slips them a Mickey Finn, and then they get taken into the shelter for interrogation. We'll do the shelter bit last. So obviously Beckett, serving booze, needs to make booze, so he has a little operation up here where he can make his own booze. So we've got a fire, a cooking stove, and then the distillation and brewing stations, chemistry station for making the drugs that he's going to use to incapacitate the victims, and a little farm here producing crops which will be useful for making adhesive, but perhaps be also useful for making some sort of moonshine. And we've got our Nuka-Cola Collectron, which collects Nuka-Colas, which obviously can be used in the bar area. This is an Iron Mountain anvil build, so we've used the Iron Mountain anvil prefab, but we've added to it with some other buildings.
Nothing. Short list.
So I don't think we'll have anything off you today, Beckett. I don't particularly want to take a nap now, thank you very much. So we have made extensive use of the new chessboard from the this current seasons, I think it's called now, rather than scoreboard. And the chessboard, if you didn't know, is an item that allows you to display junk items, and you can also then drop merge the chessboard with the item on into something else. So that's how we've managed to display some meat on the barbecue. That's a piece of super mutant body part. It's the only type of meat that we can display that won't spoil. And chef hat, salt and pepper, bread box, that's where some food is prepared and served to the guests. Made extensive use of the chessboard to drop merge items into these shelves here. We've got some booze on display on the bottom shelf there, some Nuka-Colas and a fan. They're all displayed using the chessboard method. Beckett there in his summer duds.
I wish I could have reached more of them.
Bit of a sad story going on here with this location as well. This noose and stool and skeleton is here. It's part of the it's part of the site. So it looks like at some point somebody had had enough and decided to make their own exit from the world. So we have our Brahmin over there and dirty water pump. Beautiful views from off the edge of the cliff here. So it's a very attractive place to come for a drink. You just may not wake up where you expected to when you do wake up. So we'll go around this side of the building, and this side of the building we've got some chickens which produce fertilizer, a beehive which produces honey, then an outdoor spit where we can cook food and items, maybe sit down and have a glass of whiskey. Again, that's displayed using the chessboard method there. And then down this end we have our Mirelurk steamer, freezer, icebox, coffee and tea maker, and our power armor station. Got our symptomatic here, which will cure us of diseases should we suffer any disease. And then this is our main power, our weather station, which provides clear weather and rad wash from the arch, and our water. And then moving into the main part of the building, well, before we go in, we'll have a little look. There's our lizard. He's out on his rock. If we tap the glass, he'll go back into his can. That's a new item. That's quite nice. And then obviously we have a captured frog on the top as well. It's all immersion. And then into the main building. So downstairs is a workshop. Got some Fashionat bells on display and some steins and stuff. We did manage to get a campfire into the pit area. I have seen builds with better fires. I just don't have any of the items needed for making those better fires, so we've just had to use the standard campfire. Again, we've displayed some junk items using the chessboard method over here. The same as the microscope that's on top of the chemistry bench there. So a little workshop area with the blacksmith's forge, weapons workbench, and just the standard armor bench and the L-shaped chemistry workbench there. And then upstairs, Lone Wanderer, that's where he lives. You know, we've got a fairly well appointed upper floor. We've used the chessboard to display some junk items as well, so we've got the pillows on the bed, some flowers, the crystal decanter, a fan, and the typewriter, all displayed using the chessboard method. turn the radio on. Although I'm guessing in the video that the music won't appear because
It's worth it.
of licensing restrictions. So, now we'll proceed to the next part of the build. As I said at the beginning, Beckett is employed by the Lone Wanderer to incapacitate subjects that are to be interrogated. So when they're fully asleep, they get taken into the shelter. Okay, so this is our interrogation shelter. This is the reception area. There's some seating here. This isn't for the subjects, this is for visiting Enclave members who might be coming here to observe what's going on, or other people that might be working here or visiting for whatever reason. So have a little reception here, area here. Not entirely sure if I'm going to add anything to it, but it seems to be okay at the moment. We've used a drop merge method to put in terminals and TV screens. And the idea with this is it's supposed to appear extremely intimidating and secure. You know, if you're bringing a subject for interrogation and you really must get the information out of them, you want to make sure that you have all the cards stacked in your favour. So this first area here is where some experimentation is being done by the Enclave, and we have a couple of sort of you might call them laboratory areas. We've used the chessboard to display our junk items, and in fact we've even managed in 2 occasions, so here with this deskinned head, we've managed to display it with a tray as well, so it looks like it's in the tray. And over here we've done the same with the skull. And we've drop merged a display case into this cabinet here. I like to think that perhaps these are past subjects that didn't make it through the interrogation process, but for whatever reason their remains were considered interesting enough to study. And now we're in the main interrogation area. So as you can see in front of me, there's the interrogation chair. We've just put a tinker's bench in the back. That seemed to be the best item that we could put in there to give the impression that, you know, this is a working interrogation room. And then here is the holding cell. So the subject will be brought in and will wake up in this bed, not knowing how they got there. And when they're ready for interrogation, they'll be taken into the preparation room and then on into the interrogation room. They will sit down or be restrained in the chair. And then the people conducting the interrogation, they have some equipment out here, and then they would enter into this side room here, and then they would enter into the interrogation chamber and conduct their interrogation whilst people looked on. That's the idea of the observation window. As I mentioned, we got some couches out the front, so members of the enclave might be present to witness the interrogation, to make sure that the right information was recovered. And so there we go, that is my enclave interrogation, black ops, whatever you want to call it, bunker. And that concludes the tour of my cabin in the woods with a dark secret. If you have enjoyed this content, please leave me a like and consider subscribing to the channel. I hope to be making more Fallout 76 builds in the future, but we'll work upon them and make them nice before we show them off. So anyway, I've been LD50, you've been lovely, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.